Hi, I'm Miss Kari with the Kenton County Public Library. I work at the Covington branch, and we are going to do a mason jar lantern tonight, and then another luminary jar. First, I wanted to talk a little bit about our summer reading program. It is going on until August 31st. If you would like to participate, you can go to kentonlibrary.org/SRC, and you can sign up on our Beanstack app and you can participate online. Mason jar lantern, and what you'll need for this is a mason jar. You could use glass or you could use plastic. You are going to need 2 pipe cleaners, either different colored tissue paper or streamers. I'm using streamers, just like party streamers, so like crepe paper. And all I did was cut mine into rectangles. And it doesn't matter which sizes, which shapes, whatever. Just cut a bunch up. I chose 3 different colors. I've chosen purple, silver, and blue for mine. You can choose whatever you want. For this sample, I did pink, yellow, and white. You'll also need Mod Podge, a foam brush, and some type of light. So for this, we're using a battery-operated tea light. And you can pick these up at the Dollar Tree. I picked this up off of Amazon a while back. And you'll also need the rim part of the lid. We're going to use that. You don't need the actual disc that usually fits in there. We're not going to use that part. And then I just got a plate to put my Mod Podge on. So the first step is to just start painting the Mod Podge on. And I just like to work in sections on here. That way it doesn't dry before I stick my paper on. So I am just going to paint some of this on. And then I'm going to just start applying the paper. I'll say that you want to make sure that all of the paper is glued down, because you're going to go over this first layer of paper. We're just going to do 1 layer of paper with another layer of the Mod Podge. And it just spreads a lot easier if you've glued all your paper down. You don't want to leave anything sticking out like that. You want to make sure it's all glued down. So we're going to make sure we glue that down. And we're just going to continue to cover our jar. Now that your jar is covered, now that my jar is covered, I'm going to go around and I'm going to make sure that most of this is stuck to the jar. And then you're going to need to let this dry for a couple hours. You can speed it up by using a blow dryer, which is what I'm going to do. So now that that first layer is dry, we can go over it with another layer, and you can do 1 or 2 layers of this. Just gonna go over this, all of that down. And this is just gonna seal the paper. Now, this is not the Mod Podge that is dishwasher safe, so if you need to clean this, you just need to hand wash it. So this is a great item that you could make before you go camping, or just to have in the backyard during the summer. We're getting ready to go camping, so this is a project that my kids were excited about. So they can use this as they're walking around the campground. And like I said before, you could use a plastic jar if you want it. It doesn't even need to be a mason jar. You can definitely use any kind of food jar. Just make sure you clean it well, and you'll be good. And so this last layer, it'll look white, but it'll dry clear. You just want that to dry, and then it will look something like this, and it will light up. It's really cool. So I'm not going to touch the wet one here, but what we'll do is you want to give it a handle. So what you can do is you could use 18 or 20 gauge wire. We're just going to use pipe cleaners, and I'm just going to use 2 of them, and I'm just going to twist them. Okay, so once you have those twisted, you're going to loop it like it's a handle. So get it into handle shape, and then come through the rim here, bring it up a ways, that way you can actually twist it around. Twist that around. And then the other side, go underneath, come up, twist that around, and then you can, it's going to be a little tight getting that on, and you're going to have to readjust your handles. There you go. It's a little lantern. Our next project is the Luminary Jar. And this is really easy, but this is a craft that needs to be done by the older kids, teenagers, adults, because it does involve a hot glue gun. So you're gonna need your hot glue gun, glue sticks for it, and then you need to use a glass mason jar or just a glass jar for this project, because we are using the hot glue gun. We need another LED battery powered tea light, or if you have a battery powered strand of lights, you could use that as well. And then we need the flat marbles, and these are the type of marbles that you would use maybe in a vase or just for decorations around the house kind of thing. So what you're gonna do is, you don't need the lid or the rim for it. You just need to go around, and we're gonna start at the base. And you just need to glue all of these flat marbles on in a row, and just keep stacking them on each other till you get to the top. So we're gonna go ahead and start doing that. And my recommendation is put the glue on the jar and then add the marble. Don't try to put the glue on the marble and then mess with the marble and attach it. You'll burn yourself, because I did that. So go ahead and just add the glue to the jar. So this is kind of a tedious project. Just remember to be careful. They do adhere pretty quick. And if you have strings from the hot glue, you can clean those up afterwards. So you don't need to worry about those. I try to keep my line as straight as possible. And just know that these flat marbles, they're not all the same size or shape, so you might need to play around with them to get them to fit. One. So this is just like a regular tea light. This is an LED light. And then our lantern. There we go. There's all of our lights today. So I hope you've enjoyed this project. I will post all the instructions in the comments below and on the event, on the Facebook event as well. So if you have any questions, please just feel free to comment below and I'll have a staff member respond because I will be on vacation next week. So I will not be able to respond, but I've enjoyed doing this project for you. Again, make sure you check out kentonlibrary.org/events for all of the programs that we are offering online right now. We have programs that are being done on Facebook, obviously, Instagram. We have Dungeons and Dragons that's happening on Roll20, and we have some stuff that we're starting to plan for Zoom. So be on the lookout for that because that's going to be coming out August and September. We're going to be doing more programming on Zoom. And you can find all of that on our events page.